Season 3, Episode 6 of Surreal Estate, titled Battleground, is really easy to focus on, and it's very, very emotional. We see that the story in this episode is more so focused on Susan and Augie. Susan is helping a homeowner, and we find out there's a ghost haunting this place, of course. But then this ghost is haunting from the Vietnam War. We don't know why this ghost is there haunting from the Vietnam War, but it's there for a reason. We then see Luke. Luke is not in this episode as much, but he gets lost on his way to a listing, and he kind of runs into this guy at a cabin because it's going to start raining soon. The gentleman lets him in, and he finds that the gentleman, Harry, is actually passed away. He's a ghost. But he has all these books. He has his dog Erasmus with him. And kind of the back and forth between Luke and Harry is like an eye-opening discussion for Luke. Because Harry kind of gives Luke this idea, like, whatever you do, whatever you've been doing, keep doing it. But not everything has to be about certain things. And it's really, really well said and really, really well done. And it's like a nice poignant part to the character of Luke, because he's going through all this crazy shit, especially with Tyler McNeil and Elvis the Elephant. Then we go back to Susan and Augie. Augie is a big focus point as well, because his uncle served in the Vietnam War. So he goes and tries to, tell this ghost that, listen, hey, the war's over, you're here. But he gets captured, taken hostage. And this ghost from the Vietnam War wants to know what happened to his platoon and everything. And it's just like craziness is ensuing. Not only that, we have underlining scenes where Tag is helping Susan and Augie as well. Still want to know more about Tag because he's such a mysterious character. Maybe there's more to it that I'm reading into, but we have to just wait and see to find out. We then see the reason why this ghost is haunting this home. He was there, his former girlfriend lived there during the years that he was sent off to the Vietnam War. He was deployed in 1967 in April, but then he died in May of the following year, 1968. And Augie had a newspaper, and if you read the newspaper, it says that after 50-some odd years, the bodies of these unidentified soldiers have been determined and kind of, focused on, and we see who they are. And this ghost from the Vietnam War, is one of those ghosts. He then sees his former girlfriend, who he took to the prom, come in because Susan went to go meet with her, and it's a nice closure to the episode, and it's very, very well done. Not only that, we see Susan kind of, have this crazy moment because her former boss, Bob, wants her to join him once again because of all the real estate. He has a new awakening, new beginnings and everything, and she says no. And then he calls, he's like, no again. And kind of in her anger and rage, the pamphlet and flyer that she had kind of burns up next to the shades, next to her kitchen, in her kitchen. And then a firefighter comes in named Charles, and they kind of hit it off. So it's kind of like a new love interest, everything. And then Tyler's wife comes in and says to Augie, listen, this is what's going on with Tyler. Tyler's not the same, but he's so fascinated with Luke. Augie calls Susan. Susan comes in, and Susan just gives a head full to Luke, like, whatever Tyler and you are doing, we don't do that here. So you need to tell him what's going on and what's happening. And it's like, all right, but then where is Elvis the Elephant? Well, it's being kept in the drawer, bottom drawer of Luke's desk, and that's the end of the episode. It's a very, very emotional, very well done. This season is very, very well written. I've said that since the start of my episodic season 3 review of Surreal Estate. It's poignant, it's good, there are some comedic moments in it, but I'm really curious to see how all of this will transpire between Tyler and Luke and the history between that. Hopefully it's over 2 episodes and not just a quick one-off with one episode being the season 3 finale, focusing on just that story. But if it does, then it's really, really interesting and really well done. But I'm curious to see where everything's going to go now that it's the Roman Ireland agency. We see Augie back, and it's just like, okay, these characters and new stories are coming in, and it's really, really interesting because the creator George R. Olson really is putting out great episodes. He wrote this episode, episode 6 of season 3, Battleground, and how it's going to go from here, just have to wait and see to find out, because this show is very, very underrated, and I know no one is talking about it when they should be. So let me know in the comment section what you thought about episode 6, season 3 of Surreal Estate. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? What did you think about the aspect of the story, the pacing, the scenes? Which was your favorite? Which was your least favorite? And how do you see this season ending? And do you think that, we'll finally understand what the whole backstory is and the past between Tyler and Luke? Let me know in the comment section about all the questions I just asked. I'm Mr. Filmstock. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you all in the next review video, and be sure you tune in next week to my episode 7, season 3 review of Surreal Estate.